Hey everybody, it's Matthew of Mr. Domestic. This video is going to focus on creating three-dimensional objects with fabric. Ooh, it's wackadoodle what you can do with this product called Terial Magic. Look, I made this 3D rainbow wall art with origami pyramids that I'm going to show you today in this video. So, before we get into the content, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Anytime you're having fun or you learn something, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. So let's get ready to have some fun. The first step in creating this fabric origami is using something called Terial Magic on your fabric. I'm going to do this at a bigger size than my actual project just so that you can see the folds and see what I'm doing. But I have a bowl, I have my Terial Magic, and then I have a piece of fabric that is greater than what I want. I want 9 by 9, so this is about 9.5 by 9.5. Then you just take your Terial Magic and you spray it. You don't want to be stingy with this product. The more you're able to use, the better, because it'll make it stiffer. And then just rub it all in there. And then one thing that I like to do, I like to just squeeze it a little bit. I'm not wringing it out, but I'm moving the liquid all the way through so it's evenly coated. And it's going to be like this. See how it's all even? Ooh. And now the next step is walking it over somewhere and hanging it for it to dry a little bit. The instructions say for up to 15 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. You don't want it to dry, but it wants to be dry enough so you can take it to the iron and there won't be any issues. Okay, so I have zero patience for stuff, so I didn't wait the full 15 minutes on this, to be honest, and I'm just gonna show you how I do it. And it's still more damp than it should be, but this is a trick if you have zero patience like I do, that make sure that this is solid fabric, so it's not an issue, but if you're using a printed fabric, then you want the wrong side up, because since it's not dry enough, there's a potential for it to slightly crystallize, similar to what starch would do, but it won't do it on the right side. So I start with a steam iron, medium heat. Ooh, look at that steam happening. And high steam. And I do this just to allow the steam to move the liquid around for it to flatten right. If there's no steam, then it won't flatten and it might stick. And then I'm gonna remove the steam and just allow it to dry. And I would advise not cranking it up to high heat. Keep it on medium heat. That also will keep it from crystallizing, because it just gradually removes all of the liquid, all of the Terial Magic. And this I have hashtagged Terializing. So we are officially Terializing fabric. I don't know whether that will stick or not, but if you want to use it, go for it. Now this is almost done. And ta-da! I'm gonna let it cool a little bit. Then I'll remove it. And see, it is no longer like fabric. It is like paper. So now I'm gonna take this over to my cutting mat and cut it and then show you the folds of the origami. So now I have the Terialized fabric. I cut it into a 9 by 9 square just so it's easier for you to see. And for most art projects, I think this is too big of a size, but this is something that is just, you make your own, right? So if you want to use this size, go for it. I'm using a smaller size moving forward after this, because that also will be easier to see. So I make one fold, the first fold here. Then I'm gonna make another fold right here. And since this is fabric, if you want the folds to be super duper creased, you can totally iron it. I've done that for some of my projects and it's super cute. So as you can see, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 squares you've created. You're gonna fold one up. Then you're gonna fold the other one up and try to match those midpoints right there. Ta-da! So now we're gonna get some diagonal action going. This point right here is going to go here. Essentially, you're going to do that to all 4 corners, but I'll show you in real time. And try to make sure that this point right there, that is super duper crisp. So there's 1. Once again, make sure that the points are super duper crisp. So this is 1/2 that we've done, right? You can see it. Ooh. Now we're gonna do the other side, right? Fold this down to that point. Make sure this corner is super duper crisp. And now 1 more. Ta-da-ta-da-ta-da. There we go. So now all of the folds are in place. Surprisingly, there's not very many more steps to do. All we're gonna do is this side right here and this side right here, we're gonna fold in to the opposite corners. Just fold this in like that. And then do the same to this corner. Fold this in like this. Ta-da! And now you're gonna grab your fabric glue and clips. Since this is fabric and not paper, you're gonna need to use some glue to keep it in place. So what we're doing here, this is some fabric origami action. Fold this in like this. We're turning this into triangles. See, like that? And I'm going to put some glue in there just to set it. And this is definitely a set it and forget it moment because you gotta let this one dry. So there's 1 triangle, and then there's a second triangle. We're gonna fold this in like this. So fold that over like that, then bend it to where they connect. This is what the inside looks like. Flip it over, and we are going to add fabric glue on the inside. Any kind of fabric glue is fine. This one dries clear. And then there we go. And this is the shape that we have made. Ta-da! Now, I'm gonna let this one dry just because, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but the next phase of this video is me showing you how I attach it to my artist canvas to turn it into an art installation. Yay! So now in this section of the video, I'm gonna show you how I affix these awesome sauce pieces onto my canvas. I bought 12 by 12 inch black stretched canvas because rainbows tend to pop better on black, I believe, but any kind of canvas would work. And if you wanted to paint the canvas beforehand, that would work too. But these are the supplies you need. You need a ruler. Since I'm using black, I'm gonna use this Soline chalk marking pen. And you never know when you're gonna need lip balm. I do not like glue guns. I detest them. I think they're evil and they're gonna hurt you, but I feel like you kind of need a glue gun with this. And then I have all of my marked pieces. So I have a total of 15 colors here, and I am going to start with the center line and work up and down because I feel like that would be easier. And instead of it being flat on the sides, I'm gonna have it alternate, so it's gonna slightly crisscross. And as you can see in this picture here, it's all the way along slightly less than 10 inches. So it's gonna be that much that's gonna be on the edge, which is 5/8 that I'm gonna mark from the edge. But I need to find the center first. Yay, it's exactly centered. So I'm gonna mark it at 6. And mark it at 6 here. I don't know why I turned it here. And then go here. I guess I could have just gone from the bottom since it's 12 inches, but whatever. So I'm gonna mark this center line. And this first line is the most important one that you get straight, because if this one's not straight, then everything else is gonna be askew. So I'm gonna mark here. I'm not going to mark all the way to the end, but I did it on that side just to make sure that I know to start there. So this is the center line, and in the rainbow, the middle color is, let me just double check it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's number 8. So I'm going to move these to the side and start with this bombastic green. And I have 5 of each. So my glue gun is scarily hot to trot. And now this is where I'm not going to mark the entire perimeter, but I do want to make sure to get this center line glued, because this is 100% going to be hidden. And there are a lot of these little pieces. See, I've already hurt myself. Ah! Glue gun. I love you, glue gun. I love you, glue gun. See, if I talk positively, then it's going to work right? So I'm going to put that right on the edge there. And why not just push this down with something to get that one in the crease. And then I'm just going to take the next one, do the same thing, and follow along that line. I know y'all are waiting to see if I hurt myself again. It didn't really hurt. Like, I'm just being dramatic. Okay, and then... Okay, see where I got the glue there? And then let's get the next one. It's going to make those wispies. Just don't rub those wispies in, because those will be hard to get out. The wispies, the wispies. And making sure most of the glue on the center is allowing me to maneuver it before I set it down. And see how that one's straight. And then this is going to be so cool. I am super stoked about this little art project. Then do one more. And then I'm not going to do all of this real time. I'll speed it up to get to the end. Okay, now this is the last one. I didn't do that line all the way. So before you press it, make sure that it's straight. And that looks straight to me. And press it and forget it. Okay, so now I gotta decide which way the rainbow goes. And traditionally, I've noticed that like the reds always go on the top, so that's the way that I'm gonna go. I'm gonna use this as the next color. It's a lighter green in the rainbow. And this one, you should be able to just like make sure and butt it up against that. But I'm still gonna draw a chalk line since it is gonna be hidden. And this one, I want to make sure once again that this starts about here. It should, but I'm just going to put a little line here just to make sure. And then this straight line, make sure this is straight. And this is where I'm going to use this ruler just to make sure that this line is still straight. So if it's not straight, and if I saw it was like this, because this one was janky, then I could adjust at the next level. And this one is straight and it's good to go. So now it's time to go on to the next level, or the next layer. Yay, glue is fun. Glue is fun. See, ever since I started talking nice to the glue gun, it hasn't been hurting me. So that is my major tip for this, is to not hurt yourself. Let me put it right here. There we go. And if you get a little glue there, it's totally fine because you're not going to see it. And then, here's the next one. I think by now you get like what you need to do. And if it all goes wonky, it's totally fine. Like, this is art. You can just be like, that was a design choice. I meant to do that. And kind of make sure that that corner right there butts up against that. And same with those corners. Make sure they all butt up against each other, just to make it as tight as possible, so it's a fluid rainbow. Fluid rainbow. Okay. So I'm gonna fast forward this now until I get to the very end, but you'll be able to watch it, the rainbow unfold. Hello, I'm back. This has been semi-painful. But what an amazing project to watch unfold. And I fast forwarded this, but just FYI, real time of this, putting all of these down has been less than 40 minutes, actually about 35 minutes. So this didn't take much time to make a pretty amazing art installation. And I am stoked about putting this on my wall and can't wait to see what y'all do with this technique. Being able to do this with fabric makes the sky the limit. And the final one is in there. And ta-da! Yay! Now you're ready to make some 3D art. Insane in the membrane what you can do with Terial Magic. And I can't wait to see what you all do with it. So if you enjoyed this video, got some laughs, some tips or tricks, then make sure to give this video the thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Keep it positive, y'all. Mr. Domestic out. Thanks for watching my video. You can subscribe on the right, just click on my face and watch some of my other videos on the left.